And we live, baby. Once again.
Once
Figgity again. Figgity again.
Can't remember. Can't remember what we were talking about
You about to tell a story.
before the intermission. Something about a story. Let's talk about when we got pulled over.
No, not that story. Oh no, you're talking about the story about how you ran a car into a tree.
Damn.
Or was it a tree?
I did run it into a person, but
Oh, that's what it was. See, I knew it was round. Yeah. I knew it had limbs.
Tree, person, same thing.
I knew it had limbs. Yeah. You feel me?
Roots.
One root.
Yeah, no, I did fuck up my car one time in the snow, man. I was actually with the homie Tom again. He was like rapping or some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. Just kind of.
Man, we gotta get Tom on here.
Does
Tom be roofing you or something?
This is like high school and shit, man.
Oh, he's still roofing you.
Yeah. Got
you used to it.
I don't even know what. I don't even know what happened, man. Just something just took over me, you know. And then we're in the snow. Fucking gassed it. Boom. And I gassed it and I was turning left, and I fucking basically just lost control and just ran into a curve and shit. Fuck my.
And you doing
the alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just fucked that all up. That was like $400 or $500.
Yeah, you probably had to get the damn axles changed.
Yeah, good times, man.
You
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't miss the snow, but it's cool to drive around in every once in a while. You know, maybe like once a year.
Yeah, that's why we'll just go drive a couple hours north and then come back down.
Yeah, it was snowing when we went last weekend.
Oh, it was?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I should have did it when it started snowing. That's what Jay was saying.
What?
He was like, I should have did it when it was snowing. Can we go back and change it? Can I do a redo? I'm getting on one knee.
Oh. Sorry, man. You kind of lost me for a second.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when I said Jay, then you probably thought of the other Jay.
Yeah. Then I was like, what?
Nah, I wasn't talking about that Jay.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Jay, man. You know.
Yeah,
should we talk about that or?
No contact though.
Right.
None? Like none? To no one? Like no one? Not even mom? Not moms?
I don't believe so, man.
Damn. Yeah.
Should we talk about it or?
He got hooked. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man.
Shit. I mean, we could talk about it.
I mean, there really nothing to talk about. You know, just another childhood friend. You know, did everything for him in his childhood as well, and then, you know, get nothing in return. So.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I give him the opportunity to change his life, and you know.
He goes right down there in the same rabbit hole.
Yep.
Like that's just. It was sad.
All thing you gotta do is show up.
Yeah, to where like even then like he had a license, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So at that man.
I believe so.
Man, he could have been whipping or had a nice little job up at the little center.
Yeah, man. I mean,
been
like
straight.
Yeah, it's just one of the things I don't ever get, you know, and I don't really feel sorry, you know, because you see your parent, you grow up with your parents doing all this shit, and then you know it's not like right, and then you talk all this shit, and it's shit, I don't know, man.
But
I didn't really say much there, but fuck him.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, is it at that point, is it just giving up?
Right. I mean, it kind of like I don't know. I guess the way to look at it is, like when I ask you guys, like when do people like die? You know, mm-hmm. I guess now is the time. You know.
Yeah, I think it's different levels for people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? and certain aspects for myself. I can only speak for myself.
That's what I was gonna ask you, man. What's your next step, bro?
My next step,
Yeah.
honestly, bro.
What's
Honestly, I've been thinking more about that, and the biggest thing for me is as far as like things I want to do, I've pushed more and more to noticing like I want to just be doing shit for myself, and so to utilize a job or something like that to get to where I need to be, then I'm gonna do that. But I need to be full steam ahead, especially trying to get certain things off like this and shit, doing the trying to get the vending machines and shit like that. Like I still want to do that, you know what I mean? Like, and just certain aspects of doing that. And I know I got I took a course for doing like the liquidation and shit. Like I'm trying to get involved in that, you know what I mean?
What do you, whoa,
Liquidation.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like,
how you mean?
So you know how they have like liquidations places where like Target has brought product and stuff like that, and you can buy like pallets in bulk.
Yeah. Okay.
So stuff like that too. So in each aspect, it's like I'm able to like work with other people, but also be able to be my own boss and be able to utilize my time the way that I want to be able to use it. You know what I mean? But at a certain point to get there, you kind of got to use other people's time to get to where you need to go, Mm-hmm. So I'm at that stage right now to where like that's why I'm trying to get more into like getting a better computer and stuff like that, because I find myself to kind of shy away from doing certain things on a computer, knowing damn well when I press OK, it's going to take 16 minutes to load.
Dude, yeah. I mean, just with how everything is too. Like everything's online,
Yeah.
Just having these nicer computers and shit is fucking.
Especially, it's like, you can do a certain amount on your phone and look at certain things, but it's a different aspect of being able to see it on a bigger screen and a bigger way to, like I was just saying earlier, like how we airdropped it to the computer, did all that shit, like to be able to just do that in that aspect rather than trying to send a picture to my email and then getting the email downloading onto the, you know what I mean, like that's
then you gotta scan the QR
much.
code and,
and
knock on the table twice.
Yeah, then you gotta wipe the phone on the side 3 times and type shit. Like, nah, I'm good on that. So I feel like that will push me full steam ahead to getting a lot of other things that I want to do in order, rather than kind of procrastinating based off of not having the equipment in my aspect. So that's what's going on with me.
Dude, so today's a holiday.
You're what?
Huh?
It's what?
It's a holiday. But so you're big on conspiracies. So I gotta ask. Let me look at this real quick. What really happened on Plymouth Rock?
Plymouth Rock landed on us. We ain't landed on Plymouth Rock.
The pilgrims and shit. Do you believe in all that shit, or what's your opinion on all that?
Well, from what I get from it, basically like that they kind of, in a sense, slaughtered,
Pocahontas,
a group of people, and then turned that slaughtering into like a celebration in a sense. That's my
sacrifice.
Yeah, and that's my outlook on it. So it's like, we go through all these years of trying to turn things into a national celebration, but then there's only certain context as over time as the shit gets more diluted. You know what I mean? Right. To where a certain point to where it's like Thanksgiving is about thanks for your family and stuff like that. Like, yeah, we know that whole aspect of it. Yeah, like, yeah, now that's what it is. But it's like, where did it start? You know what I mean? Like, where's the lining behind that? Like, I want to know everything.
So you think? What? I guess another question. With that being said, do you think it's something that we should be celebrating?
I feel like it's something that we should be better educated on, but I feel like there's just some things that have already been in place that should sometimes stay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we should, like, yeah, these things happen, but it's like, what is going to make it any different if we take that, say, Thanksgiving off the map? People are still going to be celebrating on that. What is it? The last Thursday
Of
of
November, yeah.
November. People are always going to be doing that. So, I just feel like yeah, to each his own. For real, for real. Really, to each his own. To each his own. Because I mean, everybody's gonna have a like a different perspective. They could say pull down this and pull down that, but to certain people, I feel like if it's meant into a negative light, then I feel like that's where it just jumps off the cliff in a sense. To where like if you're looking at it to where like say the Confederate flag.
Right.
Okay, there's a lot of people that know the history behind the Confederate flag. Like yeah, a lot of it is going back towards slavery and stuff like that. But that's not necessarily saying that they're behind slavery or anything of that nature. But it's just that that area that they live in, say if they do live in Virginia, at one point that was the capital of the Confederate States. So it's like that's still history behind that. Like people didn't know that we were still separate, even though we were one nation. You know what I mean? Like Confederate States, and you had the North. So it's kind of like, okay, we have all this, but do y'all know about that? Like, do y'all actually pay attention to the history behind that? You know what I mean? But then it's like, even with that, then it's like the bigger part of the history that they don't really tell us, in which that is with more about the Native Americans and why they slaughtered them the way they did, or more behind why they made African slaves, or why they chose to do it in that light. You know what I mean? Like tell like the whole thing. Don't try to be so politically correct like we were talking about earlier.
Right.
I feel like they utilize that what is it, Thug Holiday.
Shout out Trick Daddy.
With Trick Daddy, yeah. I swear, like even in that song where he was talking about, he was like, in his history books, only one died was the Americans. Like for real, that's all you hear about is the Americans dying. But what about everybody else? Like what about what we did to cause them to do whatever they did, quote unquote? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's tricky because I think unfortunately not everybody is like a leader, so to say. So not everybody will go out of their way to I guess find truth and find out like more information on shit that like in my opinion this kind of shit matters,
So and that's the thing, like
it's
why
definitely important, but then at the same time like not everybody is constantly following somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So if that book or I guess like a lesson isn't going to be taught like in the education system, then the chances of somebody actually I guess the masses like actually learning or knowing these facts is
it's either you're interested in it.
It's pretty slim.
It's very slim because it's either you're interested in it or something that happened to you to where you wanted to get more into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but to me, I mean, I feel like you're the same way. I don't know how you can go your whole life and just, today's Thanksgiving. Like, what? I guess how did this start? You know, but like, I feel like 90% of people are just like, nah, like. Well, why do we celebrate? Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Like, I look at it, for example, there's like a foreign exchange student growing up, and he would just constantly just be asking why, like why this, why, and he's from Mexico, and then there's plenty others from like China, Brussels, all that shit, just all over.
Shout out Belgium.
Yeah, Finland
and Belgium.
But yeah, that just constantly asking like why, and it's just like how can you not have an answer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That shit's just, I just.
And then it's too, cause like I feel like I haven't been out the country. You have, so you may be able to shed more light onto this. But I feel like they in other countries will get the uncut version, and we get the edited version of everything.
I could see that.
You see what I'm saying? So then that's why I feel like they know, and also since like you said, I think they talk about it more about like politics and stuff too.
It's definitely more like an open forum. Our like conversations are definitely like closed off. Like you don't want to fucking hurt nobody. You don't
Because everything has to be some sort of politically correct.
Yeah,
like everything has to be. Oh well, I can't be out at a bar and talk about politics or talk about like a religion, or I can't do that the same thing in at work, or I can't do like. Why are you choosing to be a different person at each venue that you go to? You know what I mean? Like you should be able to have different conversations within wherever it is, because
in a respectful manner.
It's,
you know,
in a respectful manner.
We're all fucking adults here and shit, and that's one thing that's dope about over like other countries and shit. Just you can, I guess you can, like kind of poke at somebody and see like what they're passionate about, and kind of like I guess get that information and then just kind of go from there. And you guys can actually have a fucking conversation and see both sides, you know?
Yeah.
That's one. And over here, you can't do that. You can't make nobody mad. You can't. It like we wouldn't be able to go to some like corporate like office and give like a presentation on fucking just I guess just like how I guess just how wrongly, like just in every day that like black people are and can be like treated. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not even and everybody knows what's going on, and you can't even
still have a conversation.
Yeah. which is the simplest fucking thing.
It's always the elephant in the room.
Yeah,
it's how to beat around the elephant in the room. But at the end of the day, I feel like if, like you say, like we were talking about, like if we can have these conversations on a daily basis, like we spoke about it one time before. I think I spoke about it. But in 4 years, if the next 4 years, like with Biden being president, and everybody's seeing whatever he's gonna do, especially hold him to everything that he said.
Well, they're recounting.
Okay, even with the recount. Okay, even with that. But it's still the aspect of like in the next 4 years, we can still evaluate and have these conversations. Like, when we can like talk about this more fluidly, then when it comes down to those tough times of, the next election and, people being so against the next person, it won't be as heated because, you don't already had those disagreements. Like you've already went past those feelings. Those feelings are gone. Now it's about logic. Now you're able to give, your viewpoint to the next person. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's what's going to, propel us into having better elections and being able to have better people on the ballot and being able to be like, okay, well, all right, I know I can pick for this person, not just because, they're Democrat or Republican, but because I know that they're going to make this country better in the ways that I want it, regardless of, what you want. You know what I mean? Like, say if I said right here and we're going to speak hypothetically, both candidates, Biden and Trump, you know what I mean? They both were like doing everything that I was just talking about. So then we're choosing, and then you'd be like, I'm like, well, shit, Trump was perfect, you know what I mean? But still, at the end of the day, like I could probably still be a Democrat, and then you're like, well, shit, like damn, I like Biden. You voted for Biden, and so at the end of the day, you're like, shit, I don't know if you're a Republican or what, but you could be like, damn, I'm a Republican, but I chose, I liked his values. Like that's okay. Why do people think that it's just like, oh well, I like his values, but I think my whole family or at least the next person wants me to vote for this person.
I think a lot of it is just like kind of just boxing, like everything is just got like some sort of label, some sort of box, that
Mm-hmm.
like society has created, and that goes for like literally everything, sports, music, like
Yeah, it does.
like well, I guess it's happened even like going out in the like in this country, but what I was gonna say is just I hate going out and then somebody being like, oh, like where are you from, or like
Mm-hmm.
what are you, because the for whatever reason they're just so like fascinated
Because they
with
they don't know where you are, where
yeah,
you are. Yeah.
and it's just like, yo, like I first off, I don't know you,
Mm-hmm.
and I like, to me that's not really how you like you want to know like where I'm for, like for what.
Yeah. Like,
You
what is
know,
that gonna change?
rather than just rather than seeing, not seeing some color and just like seeing a fucking person, and like if that's something that you would like to know, then have a fucking conversation, and like
Bring it up
you
within the
you can get to
conversation.
that point rather
Mm-hmm.
than, you know, like,
That'd be the main thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
I
how.
can fit that.
And I was gonna say, but that's happened over like in other countries as well too. So it's just like,
Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest. People find that to be the biggest conversation starter, though.
hmm
You know what I mean? Especially, to like guess people age,
hmm
or to be like, oh well, this is your sports team or what have you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
people
yeah.
find little ways to spark a conversation, and a lot
And
of
it
the
all
time.
just depends, like context, you know, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like
So
if
it's
you're
like if
looking at an
you're.
ID or like, you know, like that. I feel like that's the only time that I would be like, oh, like where you from, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, rather than because where you from can get like so fucking, especially again the PC thing, you know,
Hmm.
trying to be so proper and shit. Like if you have somebody where they're from now, like
All over the place.
yeah, a girl could just like pop off. Like, what do you mean? Like, you
What do
know,
you
just take
mean?
it and it's not even like that, you know.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
cause I was born in Chicago, and I lived there 10 years, and then I was raised in Indiana, and then I moved to fucking Elkhart. I mean,
Mm.
Huntsville, and lived there 6 years. So shit, I'm out here too.
Right, man. All over
Nice
the
little.
map, man.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. But at the end of the day, like, I know my hometown, I know where I grew up, and like I feel like a lot of people don't know that, can't distinguish that. You know what I mean? They think that, like, say for instance, like, yeah, I am my hometown. I was born there. You know what I mean? I lived there for a
Mm.
little while, but that's not where I grew up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that that's in me. Chicago's in me, but Elkhart is who made me in a sense, like
Mm.
who kind of built me and constructed me in a sense. So I feel like people get lost in that too. Like
I mean, you can get lost in the sauce, you know.
like you gotta know, like, where you, in a sense, where you came from. Like, I love, all my people in, Elkhart, but at the same time I know I got family and shit in Chicago too, and I
Mm.
love their ass too. But at the end of the day, like, I can't sit right here and say like, oh, I'm just from Chicago. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
I don't know, man. You know, cause you said that, and then that reminded me, cause I was gonna ask you too, cause we were talking about athletes and where they come from, and I like. I guess to me, I can't really wrap my head around, like, I guess in a way, like owing a certain city or certain people anything. You know what I'm saying? And I think we might have had the conversation. I feel like it might have been when Eric was here or something.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
to me, that I don't know. That's a little iffy. You know, because in my opinion, I feel like I've made
I feel like they do in a
every
sense.
decision.
I
You
feel
know?
like they do in a sense. And the reason why I say this is that if you are one of those people that are, um, that come up, so we talked about LeBron. So I'll say this in his aspect, like in his situation, like for LeBron, like for him to come up and to proclaim those things before he even hit the basketball court and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Like, I'm holding you to that. You know what I mean? In a sense, like, you love your city because, in a sense, like, your city made who you were. Like, you talk about your mom not being in and out and stuff like that. Like, your city is the who took care of you, and so at the end of the day, like, you, in a sense, can give back, and that doesn't mean that you have to give back in like a big ass school like he did and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still being able to give back to those, say, boys and girls clubs or whatever that helped you along the way. You know what I mean? Because I feel like people get lost in that and think that, those people did that at the kindness of their heart. Like,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily saying that they need your money or anything like that as far as like for themselves. But it's like, okay, well, if you've gotten to this level, like, just in the goodness of your heart now, be able to make it bigger so that there be more people that can get into that and be helped, because you already know that when you were there was 100 kids that was in the same situation.
Yeah,
that's I see it in that aspect.
Yeah, I think I feel like we're kind of talking about like two different things. But what I think what you're saying is good, because unfortunately I feel like people kind of get. I guess there's like some sort of like gray area, I guess would be the best way to put it, because you have these dudes that open up schools, and then they get X amount of money, and then there's like another player, athlete, movie star, whatever, comes from this place, and they make this amount of money. It might be a little more, a little less, but they're not like opening schools, donating, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
No,
know.
I was okay. So, and even in that aspect, so say if that person did not profess that, and like, oh, where they came from as being like bad, and I was getting helped by anybody. Like, say they were just living on the street and they got it out the mud, and then they came up came up that way. Like, in a certain aspect, they feel like they don't owe that city, that they don't owe that neighborhood that, because ain't nobody helped them. But if you coming up in a certain not say area, but in a certain community where it's actually helping you and bringing you up, then I feel like that you should give back in a sense to where like you can also help other kids, because those people didn't have to help you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I say, okay, even $50,000, if you use $50,000 to give back to that Boys and Girls Club that you went to every day, all the day, your mom never picked you up. They were the ones to take care of you and take you to the crib, receiving some food, just on the whim for loving people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like, okay, do that, but at the end of the day, I feel like you said with the whole money thing, I feel like a lot of people think that just because, like, say LeBron, he made $90 million before he even touched the basketball court. They feel like, oh well, he made $90 million. Oh shit, well he's
got all the money in the world.
He need to go ahead and donate $10 million to this. Like, no, he don't.
And that's what I want to go off, because like I feel like people need to understand like write-offs and taxes and all that shit, because like, yeah, somebody can donate, and then once taxes come around and shit, like write shit off.
Yeah, write it off.
And it's just like, oh my god, like, you guys see, yada yada, just donated to this cause, and it's like, I don't get how that makes them a good person necessarily, because they just write it off.
On their taxes,
You know what I'm saying? And then so yeah, this person's on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, posting this picture of this fucking big ass check. But it's like, are you really doing this for like a good reason? And then the like say the 90 million thing. So yeah, he technically, and it's fucking, the news ruins it all, because just making everything so fucking public.
Yeah.
Like with the contracts and shit. But yeah. So say said person has 90 mil. Their expenses alone could be like anywhere from 1 million to 5 million or something for a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, well, yeah,
all the stuff they travel.
Yeah,
the
like these people have all this money
for.
And shit, but you guys don't understand the expenses that are coming out, just like monthly, daily. You know what I'm saying? You got like there's assistants, fucking people got chefs and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
nutritionists, they have to
it's
so much.
It's a fucking team. It's not just that person, and that's where people just kind of
And that's the thing
There's
too.
something
Like
missing.
I feel like a lot of times too. I can't really say that it's the same, but it's a little different. But it's a large sum of money, and that's like people that hit the lottery. You know what I mean? Like they think that these people got all that money. Like they get stuff taken out, and then at the end of the day, like yeah, they may have a little nest egg, but at the same time, like they can have their little niches that they have to where they want to be like, oh shit, they want to go buy shit, and then at the same time, then it's like, okay, well at that price point, they're not knowing that they got to pay back these taxes and all this other shit, and then now they're negative.
Right. Yeah.
And
It's just
you didn't got all this money, like, and then you have those people, like, you got the family members that pop out of nowhere, like, oh, I'm your cousin on your brother's uncle's brother's daddy's side.
which
Let me get $20,000 because my cousin's brother uncle stubbed his toe and then that swelled up and got gout. Like,
dude, shout out to gout, man. I'm trying to get the gout. And that's what I think about when I think about somebody saying that, like, this city made me, or like what have you. Cause say you grew up and you were like somewhat successful in that realm, like sports, whatever. Like, yeah, all these people are rocking with you, and then say you go and
I had it happen.
Say you go and get arrested. Then who's gonna be?
Oh, not that aspect.
So
but
how,
they do.
so
But
how
they bag up.
how the fuck? What, like, so why would I? So to me, it's like, why would I say that that this city made me and these people made me? You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna be there when shit's bad. So
and that's why I say it's always like in certain aspects. Like, if like I say with that said person, he professed that he was gonna give back. So I expect you and I hold you to that higher standard.
Right.
So we're gonna go to a little break. Give it to our sponsors.
Just like that, man. Oh yeah. Hey man, I don't know who our sponsors are today. I gotta check. I got fucking 200 unread emails. But shout out to those sponsors. I'll maybe on the next episode I'll shout you guys out. But anyway, this podcast is brought to you by all of those sponsors. All of those said sponsors that will be said in the next episode, because I didn't go through my email, and and to be honest, they haven't sent me my check. So once I get that fucking direct deposit,
yeah, we will definitely send you that routing number.
Yeah,
on the quickness. We gotta make a bank account.
a fucking business account. Yeah.
Go ahead and get one real quick.
I don't know, man, but I feel like you were about to go in and then you just dip. So what were we talking about? I could have probably. I guess just saying that this person or these people made me, I guess, is what I was pertaining to. But I think we were somewhat like in agreement. But I think we're both kind of, because I feel like it's two kind of different topics. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all for giving back and all that shit, but I'm not for like saying that
you owe me.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And I will never say that like
I'm like that.
A city or people made me who I am. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I think that's where we're
I just have a plus where I'm saying if you say that you're going to give back to this,
you're
gonna help. So
because you made you
professed
put
it. Did nobody say anything about it?
Somebody's got to hold you accountable.
So Biden, you talking about stopping fracking? You're not gonna stop fracking.
Oh,
I want to see
this
that
water's fracked, man. Fuck, man.
I'm gonna see.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. Fracking water.
Dude.
God damn it. I'm drinking it too.
Hey, man. If it ain't fracked, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? What was he? But he was making so. But I mean that like a president and whoever else we're fucking talking about is two. That's two completely different things.
Yeah, that's two completely different things.
Because
think of all the kids that come from those areas.
Yeah.
That is the president in a sense to them. You know what I mean? That is that God or what
Pablo.
have you. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
a lot of people think that, you know, I think I sent you, actually I got it on my phone, but it was just talking about how just people in general, like if you don't see that or anything like that every day or anything like that, then you don't see, like say for me, black. If I don't see a black person in a position of power or anything of that nature, and I'm always just seeing them, you know, doing drugs or selling drugs or doing this or doing that.
Well, I mean, that's
I'm always
the fucking shit that I was talking about.
That
the
mindset
other
that I'm.
one,
Yeah, it's just that mindset that I'm always, you know, profess. Like I'm gonna be like, okay, what the fuck is a president? There's 3 branches of the government. Like I'm gonna be like, what the? You know what I mean? Like, but if you're able to see that, then you can you can shoot for those stars, and then while you're shooting for those stars, you may branch out and find out different information about like other things. Also.
Yeah, I mean that because on the it wasn't on the last one, but it was on the last one before the first one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at with the whole like blacks in acting and shit like that. Like, I just don't understand how you can get on like a set, like on a movie set, TV show set, and just like dress and like act in these ways, cause it's only. It's literally created by white people, and it's being watched by black people, and then it's literally just you're just being kept in the same shit. And you know what I'm saying? And even I feel like there's just just go.
No, you're good. No, go ahead,
go ahead,
because you're going off. So go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying because there's literally only. Like, really think about it, bro. How many white actors is there compared to, and then think about how many black actors there is, and how often you see those white actors compared to how often you see those black actors. There's literally like 10 to 20 black actors that you see consistently.
Yeah, it's about right.
But yet, there's like always another new like white actor
that pops up out of nowhere. Yeah,
and it's just am I the only motherfucker who sees this shit?
Yeah, that honestly that is true. They do kind of sort of pop up, and then it's always something that's contained towards you know the black problem or what have you.
Dude, but I feel like Perry's a part of the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like in his movies. It's the same fucking actor, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like with that, Tyler Perry is just basically trying to keep those actors employed in the sense of being able to have that because he had a studio.
I guess I can see that.
So that's why I was saying like you know like yes, I'm glad that he's done what he's done to make it to where he is, but let's get a different context to what you're putting out.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
Get like new faces and give other people opportunities, bro. And then,
like you're past that. You're past the. He's past the stage.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like solidified his-self. So he can now he needs to honestly just like step up his shit, man, because that shit like to me I can't even watch those fucking movies because that shit just pisses me off, bro.
It's like, bro,
literally
like,
seeing the same people doing the same shit.
And then it's like, damn, I thought they were. Never mind, they ain't that character. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for a lot of them, I definitely feel that way. I feel like in some of them, there are going to be characters that are still going to be like within those roles because they fit. You know what I mean? But to have like a whole cast be the next cast in the next movie and the same cast in the next movie, like a lot of the times, like you kind of get confused on like what you're watching. You know, and then at the same time, you'd be like, damn, was I watching Medea or was I watching, you know, one of the movies that he was trying to bring up? You know what I mean? And at the same time, that movie that, you know, he may have been trying to branch off just gets lost in the rest of the Medea movies. So, like, branch out into, like we said before, like, Peele. he's doing his thing.
That's exactly
and
what I
doing
was
the shit
gonna
with
say.
like the Get Out and shit like that.
The
Like
fucking
let's
Us.
go ahead and get branch out into the sci-fi and making us think about this shit, because there's a lot of shit that we think as far as sci-fi that is different from what other people or has dealt with or cultures or whatever think as
And
is
it can,
sci-fi.
yeah, it can really bring light to like like
A vast, a
yeah,
vast
topic.
majority, yeah. I really think it would, and then like
Which I feel
it
like
would
us
give.
has us like if you really like take a step back and like look at what that movie was about, like it was that shit was fucking insane.
Yeah, it really
That shit was
was,
dope.
and to really think that there's a possibility of like some of that shit happening, or to the aspect of like how they looked at us and shit like that, like to have like for like and I don't think people think about it like this, you know what I mean? And like it might. I was just thinking about it like this. Just think about how much they have put us on a pedestal. You see what I'm saying? Like, we didn't put ourselves there. Like, we're literally put on a pedestal as, African Americans or Africans.
Everybody wants to be
puts
black
and
until it's time.
everybody wants to be us. And then it's like, oh no, I'm good. I ain't black. Yeah, black when you black before you got pulled over, motherfucker.
Right. And that's so crazy. But that's what I'm saying. That's when it all ties back to like just how black people are portrayed in movies, shows, all that shit.
And which goes back to what we were talking about with the education.
Yeah.
But that goes back to the education, though. If the people don't know the story or the history behind black people, then they won't be able to say that, oh well, damn, why you always like us, like why you always showing the black people in bad light when we know that there's a lot of black people in good light. So it's like, since they're continuing, like you say, portray us as that and not being able to educate people on knowing what else black people have done, then they're not gonna be like, oh well, damn, I wouldn't even be able to live in Phoenix if it wasn't for a black man. I wouldn't be able to live in Atlanta or Dallas if it wasn't for a black man. You see what I'm saying? Like, all these things that I wouldn't be able to eat if it wasn't for a black man. Like, come on now. They don't tell you about that. Like, you don't be grateful about that, because everybody is basically, in a sense, the guy that what's the dude name that always the dude that was always over was it GE or he was always in the commercials about the kind of like Culligan. What was the dude in the blue? He was always wearing blue.
Fucking like, was it exercise videos or something?
It was like the
I was
for
thinking
for like the refrigerators and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was a black dude.
But no, everybody would always probably portray it to that, because say that that's
George Foreman,
that company or whatever came up with perfected like Whirlpool or what have you.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then not knowing that the history behind that is that it was started like kind of came up from a black man idea, same as the filament light bulb, black man idea. You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't know these things.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about this all day, man. Because I like a prime example of the problem is I feel like this is like the best way to put it. Like say you're in we'll just say Scottsdale, for example. Now you see one group, like they bought a table, and you see another group, they bought a table. But then one group is black, one group is white. And then say somebody's watching them and they're thinking, what does the black group do? Like, what does the white group do? Like, and I don't know. To me, that's just fucking. Yeah, I guess that's kind of how I think about it, and I don't see that like thought process going away anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? Because whoever's watching these groups of people is thinking, oh, that white dude, he's a successful businessman.
Mm-hmm.
and then they're thinking the black group or the black dude, oh man, he's got to be selling drugs or something.
People,
You know?
they are. This is the thing. See,
Is but is
it
that is
goes
that is
back
that
to
not is that not right?
that is true. That is true. But this is the thing, though. For
Like that's
for
the first thing that comes to somebody's mind.
but for everyone to put us on such a high pedestal, right? And for no homo, but for just black men and black women to have the physique that they do and to walk with the stature that they do, the confidence that they do, with the royalty that they do, that would intimidate anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see like that is a sign of power. Like to see like 5 black men walk in with a damn suit on, like, yeah, that's even more intimidating. You know what I mean? To have them walk in, you kind of like, well, shit, they business.
Dude,
Like,
this is I noticed this, like, just growing up, especially growing up where I did. I guess just being like one of the few like black people on the basketball or football team.
oh yeah, always.
And then say we go to not necessarily, I won't say inner city, but like more predominantly black school.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I carry myself like confidently how I carry myself. You know what I'm saying? And then I got all these fucking teammates second guessing themselves, like just basically I'm trying to keep everybody else together. Then we're playing this team who literally every kid on that team
has swag,
dude. And I'm just like, bro, if you guys could keep your fucking heads on straight, bro, we will not ever lose. But I gotta worry about my fucking teammate fucking being pissed that he missed the fucking layup or dropped a fucking pass. Meanwhile, like, this dude is just like over here having the time of his life, just talking so much shit to you, and you're like
falling
just getting so pissed off, dude. And that was something I saw, like, that started, bro. That was like probably like flag football and shit, or just like YMCA basketball, like. Dude, just the difference. It's just crazy.
And honestly, like, I could say that,
like you said,
I
just
went
how
through the
it
difference.
intimidated people, man.
Honestly, I went through the difference because up until I think my 5th grade, no, honestly my 6th grade year, I was more in the inner city in Indiana, in Elkhart. So I was going to a school called Roosevelt. Shout out, it's gone now. Shout out Roosevelt.
Yeah, man, they bulldozed that shit.
No, they ain't bulldoze. It turned into some apartments or something like that. But yeah,
lavish living.
Yeah, lavish living. They're trying to do something. They need to do something.
What's that? The G word? Gentrifying.
Gentrifying. Yeah. But I think black people live in there though too.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty dope though. But yeah, I was going to Roosevelt and predominantly mostly black. But then I go to we moved to the north side of town, and I go to school, and then I'm like the only black dude for the most part. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I go from an athletic team to me being like the best team in the best person in the whole school, better than the whole team, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like to do that, and then like to play and stuff like that, and then like that's a whole different type of, how would I say this? It's a whole different type of feeling because
Dude,
like to have that like that sort of like stardom on a team, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because you are the better one or whatever, and then to be the star of the other team, but then still is the love is not as well because like everybody is somewhat as good. They are as good, but you're just still a little bit higher than them. Mm. Whereas the other team, then you got it like you're up here, and then like they're on like way lower. Yeah. To where it's like, okay, well, just pass the ball to him, and then he'll do the rest in a sense.
But like, I mean, kind of just what you're saying too. Just that to me, it was just so crazy, man. Literally, just by looking at you're basing your your whole game is fucked up the second you see somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're basing everything off skin color.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh yeah, you definitely are.
So I'm not only playing it like playing a game. I'm playing a game with like basically against my own teammates as well, because they can't fucking keep their heads on straight because of somebody else's skin color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they coming out.
That shit's
they all
just-
ripped and shit like that, and they dribbling the
Yeah.
ball.